What's good, people? Man, I just made like this whole video and got a call, and it has like thrown everything off. One of the most annoying things ever. But I guess I'm just gonna backtrack or whatever. It won't be the exact same. I like my stuff to be original and authentic. I don't really care for scripts when it comes to something that I personally know myself. But anyways, let's stop the rant. Particularly, I was thinking of basically making like a 2 video part. Pertaining to the topic, it's kind of like both halves are their own topic in itself, but it's kind of a guideline towards developing the path or building structure as I discussed just recently. So the first half is pretty much complacency. Complacency. Excuse my tongue. Complacency is just the idea of being comfortable with the disposition or the circumstances that you have, and it isn't exactly a derogatory word. It's not something that's exactly bad, but the reason why I found it important enough to cover in today's video is because when it comes to complacency and when it comes to building structure, complacency is almost the exact opposite. It's almost like if they was like concrete beings, they would be essentially rivals or enemies of one another. When it comes to complacency, it is okay to be complacent if you're comfortable where you are, but when it comes to building structure or developing to a better disposition, complacency is definitely not the way to do it. So, and I would say in short, because this topic is very simple. Like when it comes to the idea of it, I would say it's very efficient to have structure enough to know what you want, to have structure enough to understand how to get what you want, where to what objectives do you need to set, what milestones need to be achieved to reach it. And in that light, I guess I can elaborate in saying complacency is something that can really hold you back if you want to develop into a better disposition, or if you want to grow into something that is beyond where you are or who you are right now. So again, this is a very simplistic topic, and I want to keep it as concise as possible. In my opinion, if you are comfortable where you are, the money that you're making, the circumstances that you have, the problems that you find yourself in, especially if it's financial or especially if it's personal related, then it is okay to be complacent if you are okay with where you are in your disposition. But if you want to improve your structure, if you want to improve where you are in your life, then I would think personally that it is a very good idea to build structure, to build a plan, to execute objectives, to develop yourself in ways that you probably hadn't before, being where you are now. Now, if you already have those things, that's fine, but one thing that I like to say and one thing that I like to do is I like to always make light or make ways out of the, I would say, the small things, or whether it be like things that annoy me, things that piss me off, things that I just don't like to go through. Like, I don't like the idea of having a job. I would rather, create circumstances where I can become my own boss or create my own pay. Excuse me, man. I thought somebody about to cut me off. So, the reason why I find it that way is like when I clock in at work, for example. Clocking in at work, I don't like it. That's my disposition. I use clocking in at a job, even though it pays, somewhat decently. I use that as motivation to remind me that, I shouldn't forget my goal. I shouldn't become complacent. But in other hand, there's people I know who've worked very hard in their ambitions. Like I have a friend who's working very hard in the city that I live in, and she moved to another state. Like she moved into another city, working the career that she wants, and I hope that she's making the money that she wants. And she feels fulfilled in the things that she does. So in my opinion, that's very much wrong to be complacent. But I mean, it's always it's always fun and learning and growing within yourself and with others. So again, it's super simple. I don't exactly want to drag it out, especially since there's a part 2. What I can say, conclusion to the topic of complacency, is if you want to be complacent, I would hope that you're in a place where you don't have to endure or put up with uncomfortable or tragic events due to your circumstances. But on the other hand, if it's the other way around, if you don't have to worry about the money, if you don't have to worry about personal or life-risking threats, then nothing wrong with it. You know, it all depends on where you are and where you want to go. So if that's kind of where you want to see for yourself, if you think that the best of you, or I would say the better half of you, where you're going and where you are, if you see a linear path where you're progressing, if you are comfortable with that, then so be it. But if not, complacency is the last thing that you need to be, and that's definitely why I am not comfortable. So with that being said, I'll talk to you all a bit later. I plan on dropping another one. Just PsychoTutor, every day is a good day. Peace.